No, I wasn't crying, but it's, hi, thank you for the heart me. Thank you, Black. Oh my gosh, Jacob, you are so funny. I know my eyes look kind of red. It's just from driving. Hi, Midlight Purple. It's just from driving. Thank you, Lindsay, for the heart me. Yeah, I know. I never really thought they were gonna ban it. I don't know why, but it's a mixture of denial and positive thinking. You've had no willpower with your cart. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Is DT going to be in the White House? No. Nope. I never felt him being in there. The day after the contest, I was solid on it. Like, he's never going in there. I freaked out the night they announced the winning just because it felt like such an assault. So I felt something then, but I haven't felt anything, since then. Yes, remember, everybody, do your heart me. Hit the orange heart up there. Send in your heart me. Things are popping off already. There's going to be, there's a meeting about election interference. I'm just going to say it on Wednesday. Thank you, Ciara, for the heart me. With NATO. And I think Trump has to be there. I get so tired of speaking in code that thank you, Cash. I get tired of speaking in code. And so I just start yeah, okay, anyways, Trump. Because I see these other videos on here. The older white guy that he goes, Trump is not going to get in office. And he says it he says everything. We're sitting here doing, verbal gymnastics. And there's so many people who just say, thank you for the heart me, Nona, thank you. Where did I hear about NATO? I don't remember where I heard about it. You can probably Google it. It's everywhere. They're having a meeting on Wednesday night. That's why he's in D.C. Mark Rutte. I don't know if it's Rutte or Roots. This feels wild to me. Big energy coming. Yes, Lindsay. Yes, I feel it. I feel it. Some people don't care. Maybe they're just Hey, Sparkle. Thank you for the heart me. Maybe they're just protecting their, they don't want to get excited because they're just scared. They don't want to, get excited and then have their hopes let down. But I believe that I believe a lot's coming. Thank you for the heart me, Patty. Thank you. Yeah, so this is it. I mean, from now until Monday, although I have always said, and I still say this, don't cling to dates because that's just going to, when I said new date, that video, I got so much shit for that. But I still believe something happened then, but it was probably behind the scenes, We're sensing these dates. We're sensing this buzzing energy or this. When you picture a date, it depends. Like for me, I'll picture the date or I'll just keep getting an energy about a date. And so, but I have to remember some stuff isn't being publicized, but it might be a big date behind the scenes. So I just don't want to say it anymore because it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Yes, thank you, Lindsay. We're in unprecedented times. Expect the unexpected. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. We've never, and I've said this before for anyone who's new, even if I was, able to see what was coming, I don't think I would recognize it because it's never happened before. So I wouldn't be able to say what it is that I'm seeing. I would be but I do know he will never be the president. I know that. Hi, Phil. He'll never be the president. He'll never be in the White House again, ever. I know that. And if I'm wrong, then fine. Come tell me I'm wrong when it happens. But I know you won't because I know that he won't ever be. I know I'm right. How are you doing, Phil? How are you doing? I'm in my hotel room. I'm traveling again. That's how yep, that's right, Lindsay. How are you doing? Are you feeling better, Lindsay? Thanks for the follow, Esperanza. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. I'd rather be wrong later than hopeless right now. I like that. I like that, Nona. Yeah. Hi, Trek. Good to see you again. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm wrong at all. You can ask my mom and the people around me. Thank you, Rachel, for the heart me. I walk around and go, he's not going to be the president. And they are I can tell me. Thank you, Rachel, for the heart me. I walk around and go, he's not going to be the president. And they are I can see they look nervous. I really hope you're right, but I don't even want to think about it. And I'm okay, we'll talk about it later. Jacob, if you're wrong, I'm going to be sad and cry with you. Exactly. We'll just cry. I'm not wrong, though. So we're going to have to think of a new thing to do together, Jacob, because we won't cry together. And thank you for the heart me. Thank you. I heard it won't be safe to travel around the 20th or 21st. Oh, you know what I was going to say? Mar-a-Lago is shut down right now. Did you guys see that? It's shut down until next Tuesday. I wonder what that's all about. Your son is going back to school then? Oh, in what state are you in, Christine? Let me go back. I Googled it, couldn't find anything. Lori Astrologer is sticking with her prediction too. What's about what? About which part? Hi, Mickey. That was for you. I know I didn't know she was live earlier. I went in when I first got into the hotel room. I was kind of getting situated, and I went online and I saw she was on a live, but she just started her meditation. And so wait, let me get rid of that. Okay. Oh, so I was like, oh, I'll come back. And then when I went back on, she wasn't on anymore. So how was it? Was it good? It looked like a good meditation. That's right, Sapphire. I'm not wrong. Everyone around me that I try to talk to about thinks I'm nuts. Yeah. And that's something Ethical Psychic talks about. Like, we have to be willing to be nuts. And being an intuitive person, you always deal with that anyways. You always say things in your whole life, you know. And people always think, oh, here we go again. But you're right a lot of the time. But you're used to people thinking you're kind of cray-cray. Phil, I'm a bit worried, but hopefully everything will work out. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it was nice seeing everybody. I froze. Am I still frozen? I'm trying to catch up. Woo. Christine, I'm on Long Island and he goes to school in upstate New York. Oh gosh, okay. Well, I think it'll be all right. I wonder why it freezes sometimes. The signal's not very good here. I'm like in the East Bay, and it's just not where we are. There's like a lot of, I don't really know why it's not good here, to be honest with you. If your intuition is telling you to keep him home for like a couple days until we clear this beginning of the week, I would. Nona. What are you going to do if TikTok goes away? Me? It's not going to go away, but, oh, security meeting. Okay. But I've been on YouTube for a long time. So if you guys are interested, it's my link is in my bio, but it's my real name, Lisa Murray. If you guys want to go over there, I usually post my stuff there. I'll start going live on my YouTube channel. Long Island. Okay, I already read that. One of the gifted ladies on TikTok predicted Orange Man will pass. Ooh, on the 21st. Wow. Definitely something's going on there. I remember how you guys, I said on the other night on Ethical's live, or was it in my live? Do you guys realize I went on Ethical's live for like, what was it, like 2 hours? And then I got off and I was going to go on my live really fast just to talk to a couple people that I said I was going to go live. And I ended up being on live for 3 hours and 40 minutes. That's like 6 hours overall. Like we were, oh my God, it was so long. Yes, Patty. It was good though, but it was just funny because I realized how long it was. But on one of those lives, I said that I felt like, thanks for the follow, Mary. I felt like Tangerine maybe made a deal. And I'm feeling more and more like that. And then Magister Tarot on YouTube. Hi, Ozma Bean. You didn't sleep. I know, I'm trying to think. I really didn't sleep very much either. And then I had to drive to for like, 7 hours or whatever. You just subscribed to my YouTube. Thank you, Phil. Yes, we definitely need to stay in touch. Yeah, because I still haven't even listened to your book yet. We definitely have to stay in touch because I may want to interview you for my Death Talk podcast. Hi, Hannah. Good to see you. Thanks for the follow, Tammy. Thank you, Nan, for the follow. So how are you guys feeling? Like, what's the number one thing? Is it TikTok ban? Is it, if you had to say, we know that all of them are cray-cray right now, but if you had to say TikTok ban or the contest, which one are you freaking out the most? Okay, I'm going to put my YouTube in here. Keep him home the night of the live. On the night of the live, I got the feeling there will be an earthquake. Oh, in upstate. Wow. Okay. Hi, Sierra. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, the contest is Oh, you guys are most worried about the contest. Me too. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go under. Okay, let me. Yeah, Heather, I don't feel like it's gonna be banned either. Let me write in my YouTube channel. So just 1 second. Where do I do a comment? There it is. Okay, YT is my name. LISA, and then Murray, like Bill Murray. AY. Okay, boom. And now I'm gonna pin this sucker. There you go. So that's, oh, it wouldn't let me pin it. Are you crazy? You better let me pin you. No, wait, hold on. There we go. So this is my YouTube right here. If you guys want to go there and subscribe, I will probably start going live there. So, and I post videos there. I'm pretty active on YouTube. I try to be. Right now is a weird time. Like since November, December, and now I'm traveling a lot and doing a lot of stuff. So it's weird, but normally I'm active there. James, hi James. I don't feel it's going away. I don't either. Thanks, Rachel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I think seeing all these people join Red Note. Okay, so I went into the App Store to do Red Note. It's like all in Mandarin, right? Like there's no English anywhere. Is that the correct one? Because it asked me for my phone number and I was like, but it had a weird prefix. I don't know how to do it. Thank you, C. Deanne Rowe, author. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the follow, Susan. Oh, you're on Flip. Be careful with Red Note. Why, Colorado? I don't even think I'm going to do it. Like, I'm just trying to get my name on there. That's usually what I try to do with apps, is just go on to the new app, get the name that I want. Because, I mean, James, thank you for the heart me. Thank you. Correct. It's all run by China, not you. Well, I think that's why people are going there, to be like, F you to the United States government. They said you need to change your prefix to 01. Okay, that's what I figured. That's like the U.S. I couldn't find us in countries, and I didn't like putting my number. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Because, like, once your phone number is out there, then your phone number is out there. And you're like, you feel good about this week. Good, Bianca. I feel good. You know what? It's kind of like when you've been pregnant for a long time. You just want, and you have all these thoughts about the baby. And you finally are just at the point where you're like, the baby needs to get out. I'll deal with everything later. I can't take this anymore. It's like that type of situation. Oh, there's a video telling you how to change the language. Thank you, C. Deanne Rowe, author. What did I say about the orange? I think that Chloe asked me what I said about the orange. I think he maybe made a deal. I think they offered him something. And I think maybe that was because the Magistry Tarot says she did a reading on it, and she was talking about what Obama and Tangerine were talking about at the funeral. And she was trying to figure it out. And so she did a reading, and she thinks it's about a deal. But on the live the other night, that's what I felt like. All along, I didn't have any feeling like that. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to have this feeling like there's something going on. And someone said he's too much of a narcissist. But I'm like, it's because he's a narcissist. That's why he would do that. He would save himself and get, not care about anybody else. Do you think we will find out about a new pie contest? There won't be a new contest, Isabel. I don't believe there. Hi, Damu. They offered it when he had the early lunch at the White House. That's what I feel, James. And also, remember soon after the contest, what's his name? Mark from NATO went to Mar-a-Lago. Why did he go there? Why would the head of NATO go to Mar-a-Lago? I think they were like, listen, you and your little first boyfriend, we already know what's going on with all these world elections. This is the evidence we have. Not all, he's not going to say all of it. He's going to say we have a lot of, evidence. And if you don't want to go down, I suggest you make a deal with someone. So, Diaper Man's health. I mean, you can kind of tell by looking at him, Rachel, right? I mean, like if you look at him, he doesn't look healthy. And I saw a picture one time of him having like a big bruise on his hand right here, like where you would have an IV. So, I mean, it really seems like that. I know everyone already has our info, Christine, exactly. I really don't care. I don't have any data. I mean, I don't know what, I have nothing interesting data-wise. I have like a grocery list and like my favorites at Petco. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what they'd get from me, but okay. Another Intuit sees a new contest. Oh, okay. I don't see a new contest because we had a contest. There's mass, if they can prove how and where there was interference, then the winner is the winner. You know what I mean? They'll never know the exact number, but they're going to know, okay, you won. And then his whole ticket becomes null and void. But that's me, you know. None of us know anything until after the fact, but I can have a feeling about something, and that's what I'm saying is my feeling about it. Senator Markley proposed 270-day extension. Yes, I saw that, Trek. I'm happy about that. Orange Man will never admit guilt. Yeah, no, he's not going to admit guilt. You know what he's probably going to do, Lindsay? If he did this, they can say Putin blackmailed him, or he could say Putin did something. He was pressured into this. He didn't want to do it, but someone else, the bad guy that they're going to throw under the bus, somehow, because he kind of has to say it for the red hats to calm down. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm missing a lot of comments. So if you make a comment and I don't hear it or read it or see it, please feel free to repeat it. I think he was encouraged to pick his cabinet, which was like unprecedentedly early. Yeah, that was weird. And also, it was like returning favors to people because he knew he wasn't going to get in, type of thing. Sorry. Colorado Chickadee says, you're right. Thank you. That's the only comment I need. Thank you. Good night, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Do you think you're still going to have this thing on the 19th? What thing? TikTok? Yeah, I do. Thanks for the follow, Anna Loza 7721. Let's see. He's gonna throw Putin under the bus. He and Starboy argue about it. I want Starboy to be kicked out of the country, and that he has to liquidate his parts of his business that are here or something. I can't stand him, and I feel like he should have some repercussions. And I did hear either a tarot reader or a psychic say that nothing was going to happen for him. And I was just like, what? I don't get a feeling about him. My feelings about Starboy are more my wantings. That's more like what I want to have happen to him. I don't get any feeling about it. I don't know why. I get feelings about Tangerine, but I don't get any feelings about, but I think maybe Tangerine, his family might have been threatened. James, he was drifting. The billionaires, those rich people are paying him. Yeah, totally. How do I feel about next week? I'm excited. You mean this week or next week, Monday? Yeah. I feel like this week so much is gonna happen that there might not be a next week. Monday might not happen. That's my feeling. Oh yeah. So we have isn't it the Women's March? The Blueberry thing happening on the 18th, which is Saturday in DC. But then I guess it's happening other major cities too. If you know of a major city where there's a Women's March or a Blueberry March, will you put it in the chat, the city where it is, and then where people can find out information about that? A lot of people don't want to go anywhere, but there's some hardcore humans who like that kind of stuff. So they're going to go. Thank you to them. I won't be, but I love that they do. And then we have the next day, the 19th, with the stupid rally. And then we have the inauguration and the 30th anniversary of Martin Luther King's birthday on the 20th, on Monday. Diaper Man. Rachel, I love it. Is Biden going to announce something on Friday's address? Oh, I didn't think about that. He could, and he could. Hi, Care. Taylor's version. I love that. He's a grifting billionaire. That's right. Oh, it's Wednesday. That's right. So that's the same day as the NATO thing, right? That'll be interesting. Do you think we'll find out this week? Yes, I do. Lindsay Ruffles. Do you think the rally will happen on the 19th? Yes. Yeah, they can't get rid of those people. Like, let's just go through some scenarios. How's that? I know I have to fly into California on Friday. I'm very nervous. No, I think you'll be okay. Where in California, like Burbank or San Francisco? Christine, Long Island, where I live, is very red, and I'm nervous about red hats acting up. Well, they are, and if you think about it, they're going to feel stupid, too, because especially if he You have to remember, they're going to do it in a way that they're trying to minimize violence. So that's part of the strategy of all this, I think. This is just my feeling. Obviously, I have no inside information. Entertainment purposes only. What else am I supposed to say? All alleged. I just feel like he's got a heads up something is coming. Yeah. I think that they're trying, there's a lot of moving parts because you have other countries that are also a part of this, that are a part of the interference, okay? That also have their elections being interfered by the same bad actors. You're the only blue in your household, a family of red. Oh, God. Yeah, that's why he's having the rally. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Kesh. So I think, hypothetically, right, if they made a deal with him to pardon him, part of his agreement would be that he has to admit that there was, yes, this is my fiction stories. We're just running through stories because I think it's important to do that, and I think they're doing that. They've been doing that this whole time of trying to see what's the best path to Lotus as POTUS, the true winner, Lotus as POTUS, and get these people dealt with without there being too much unrest. So I think that with all those people, you've got the blueberries coming to DC, you've got the red hats coming to DC. What? I mean, it's going to be a little bit crazy there. So I feel like they need to get past this weekend, past the 20th. So if they maybe, that's why I kind of even said this, I threw this out there, that if they made a deal with him, that they maybe have like a mock, I know this is really far-fetched, but I am a filmmaker, so I'm meant to do the big things in my life. What if they have like a mock, in a way, inauguration, and then right after that, when everybody leaves, they make the announcement? That's one version. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep the violence to a minimal. Yeah, most people say stay away from crowds, but some spirits have incarnated here to be part of like marches, peaceful marches, but marches nonetheless. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How about that? If you would like to come up and say what you think is going to happen this week, I'm going to give everybody a chance to just say a short soundbite. What do you think is going to happen this week? Hi, Noah. Thanks for the roses. If you want to come up, just request it, and then I will pop you into the box, and I just want to hear from you, and then I got to pop you back down so we can keep it moving. Anyone want to come up and say what they think is going to happen? It could be the drones have to do with the precautions this week, Lindsay. Yeah, it could, definitely. Seeing Dumpty try to plan some wonky ceremony on the 19th. I know. Yeah, he's like, see you guys? I am in there. Okay. Anyone want to come up? Anyone? Bueller? All right. Okay, I'll just keep talking. Also, did you see KH's email with the Easter egg? No. Oh, I didn't see it. I heard about it, though. What did she say? Lindsay Ruffles. I think a lot will be revealed. This week is when it's going to be it. I mean, this is when it's going to be revealed. Very much so, Sharon. I'm very much on the blue team. Very much. Did I see the letter from ex-Space Boys? Oh, yes, I did see that. I saw that. It was a intern at... What? No, wasn't it an intern at... No, never mind. The CEO was an intern at Facebook, but I did see the Substack with the ex-employee that's breaking, that's sick of all this, that doesn't think it's right and wants people to know that it's very... Basically, X was used for a lot of the misinformation and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'll click on the photo in her email because I am on her email list, so I'll do that. Thanks for the follow, Gina. You're not a big talker. No problem. You guys don't have to come up. That's totally fine. Lindsay, I knew you'd come up. Yay. Lindsay, hi.
I'm an Eskimo.
In your she shed.
In my she shed. I am such a hardcore. I love outside so much better than inside. I'm literally... Hey, Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 21 degrees.
It's 21 degrees outside.
Oh my God, you're hardcore. What's it here? Let's see.
I have 2 heaters going. Anyway, I have like a million layers on top of me too. Okay, so I just wanted to say a couple things that I've been
Yes.
thinking. This week, I don't know. I just feel like the energy around this week is crazy. I just like. I think tomorrow potentially some sort of report might surface, and I'm thinking Wednesday that meeting is important. Um, I just think just the timing of things. And then Root, I think it is. Root came into LAX on what? Thursday, Friday,
Oh
something.
yeah. Yep.
Or I don't even know
Is
what
it
day.
roots? Is it roots? I try to make it fancy and I'm like route, but it's roots.
It's like Target, you know?
Okay.
So there's what is it? Like a security meeting or something? Is that what
Yeah.
it is on Wednesday? So it's just like all the right players are in kind of position. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we got the buildup of security at the you know, the clown's house, and he's kind of puffing up a lot with the just the insistence on the mandate, which there is none really, like just trying to hit it home, like on his, toilet twats or whatever Empress calls them. I think it's hilarious.
Wait, what is it?
Toilet twats. She calls them toilet twats, and I think it's hilarious because
Who is she saying?
tweeting from like the
Oh, the
orange.
toilet twats. Oh my God, I never heard that. That's funny.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. So
I mean, we can't call them exes, I X'd.
oh
No, you
yeah,
should say
yeah.
I tweeted. Yeah, right. Okay, toilet twats. I like that better.
And oh my god, I look like some hobbit from the forest. I'm a real person. I'm not. Anyway,
Hobbit from the
I kind
forest.
of am a little forest troll. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just seeing the patterns, like all of these. I don't know. It's not all coincidence that there's all the right players to do all the right things, and we just you have to look bigger picture. It's not all. I'm not even focusing so much on the orange one, like cutting some sort of thing, because they've been watching this guy for a long time,
Yeah.
and it's so much bigger, as we've seen. If anybody's obviously paying attention, um, it's happening around the world. You know, we're just the linchpin. We're the
Yeah.
so they got to do it right, and it's to mitigate any kind of backlash, because obviously there is going to be some, but I don't know. I have a good feeling overall, Dwarves. I have a good feeling overall. It's just going to get dicey, but I also think, as in life, not just like spirituality or anything like that, but perspective is everything. Now, imagine the same events, anything that I just mentioned, happening this week. To us, we're going to be like, yes, right? To the other side, they're going to be like, what? What? Like, so same event, two different perspectives.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be really crazy for some people, and it might be kind of like finally for some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
All right, hold on. I'm going to bring someone up, but stay up here for a second. Experiment 626. I'm bringing you up. But I need you to stay here and hold my hand.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for popping up.
Good, no worries. I am definitely one of the dreaming women. Couldn't sleep, woke up at 4 a.m., saw that he was gonna win, was just like really irritated, but then obviously I felt a little bit of peace. And then, I don't know why, but I just felt like everything was gonna be okay. Like everything is gonna be just going the way that I would hope to go. But for some reason, I haven't really been feeling all that interested because I'm just like, oh, it's going to be fine. no matter what, I'm gonna be okay, you know. And it's crazy because I haven't felt anything, or maybe just I'm not really supposed to be tuned in like this to the contest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just not really supposed to be tuned in, but um, I've been having like a lot of downloads regarding like my own future, and I feel like a lot of timeline shifts, and I'm feeling like I want to learn more about why I do things, and I feel a lot of like, and I'm feeling like I want to learn more about why I do things, and I feel a lot of like, it sounds weird, but as I am.
Definitely, I feel like there's a lot. There's a lot going on. Well, Lindsay, what do you think first? Because I'm going to gather my thoughts about it.
Right. Um, I completely agree with you in terms of just that calmness. Like I had when I woke up, it was God, I look like shit. I'm so tired. I have the worst allergies, so my eyes are like
No,
I
you
look like
don't. You look
death
cute.
right now. Anyway, um, I went to bed because I knew something had changed. The the momentum had changed. Like I've been around for a lot of freaking elections, okay? Um, and it just something switched for lack of a better word, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all." And I told my husband, I'm like, "I'm going to bed," because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Where I had so firmly believed, like so weirdly, strangely knew, like she was gonna win. She was gonna take at least 5 of the swing. Like like very specific things that I made sure to tell friends because it was crazily specific, and it's not like my ego's involved. Like I wouldn't mind being wrong. Oh, I just watched you. You're so fun.
Hey, thank you. I recognize your name,
Oh, good.
your handle.
Right.
But yeah, after the initial freak out, because like I'm a real justice kind of gal, like a rule follower, wanting the truth kind of person, and so like after my initial freak out, I just had a complete calm, and I've had that calm ever since.
Yeah,
I
and
felt
so
energies change, but I haven't felt like freaked out. Like I have the knowing that it's going to be okay.
yeah, that's definitely like the way you describe it. Like, I don't know if you've been around any of my other lives, Experiment 626, but yeah, like I was driving back from California because I'm staying in Arizona to help my mom right now, but I'm a California resident, so I drove to
Right.
California in the morning to vote, and then I drove back to to Phoenix area, and it was very stressful. And so right when I got home is when they announced the winner, and it was like very early and quick, and I was listening to live TikToks on my drive home,
Right.
and anyways, it made me freak out. I started shaking. I just felt like I'd been attacked, like something dark had happened, something that went against all of life and goodness, and it felt weird. And like I didn't feel this in any other election or anything. I've been around for other elections too, and I mean they've not all gone my way, so it's not like I don't know what that feels like, but this felt different. And then the next later on that night, so I went to lay down because I was really not okay. I went to lay down, and all of a sudden, when I woke up, I just felt completely clear and calm, and was like, "He's never gonna be the president. He's never going to be in the office.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Everything's fine." And that's where I've been since then. I don't even, I don't know. So,
Besides, because I do watch a lot of your lives.
oh, good, thank you.
No worries. And I'm just wondering from like the rest of us, are you also guys getting like a bunch of downloads? Like, are you experiencing a bunch of like um timeline shifts?
Yep.
Because I'm like, and I feel like I've been having a lot of symptoms. Like I have a scratchy throat. Like I have allergies, even though it's not the season for allergies right now. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. But I'm just like, I haven't had allergies in so long. Why are they coming up now? Like, I don't understand why I have a stuffy nose and I have a headache. you know? So I think those are also kind of like ascension symptoms.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, they're kind of coming back to back to back. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, like why is it so intense like this? Like it didn't used to be this intense. So I'm just wondering if anyone else is experiencing that too.
100%. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I was saying on the other live I was just on, like, it feels like we're hopping to higher and higher and higher timelines. That's what it feels like. It feels like, okay, if you can handle that, can you handle this? And I mean, I was saying the other day I had a really weird one. Like I can actually feel when it happens during the day now. Like I was driving in my car and everything started to go like really almost like fast motion. It was this very strange feeling, like I was kind of in a loop of some sort, and then I was clear again, and I thought, oh, I checked in. I was like, did I just hop timelines? Like literally right then in that moment? And yeah, I did. And I've been sneezing a lot too, interestingly. Yeah, sure did.
I don't know how I feel about the timeline thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say twice this week I've had to ask if it was AM or PM. My sleep has been so off, which is not weird because I have health issues that contribute to that. But I literally like, is it 7:30 AM or PM? And I felt like I lost a huge chunk of time. It's happened twice this week, and after you're done, I want to talk about my symptoms like right at the beginning.
Okay, I just want to say about timeline stuff. I don't know. I've always felt like this though. So it's hard for me to answer. When people say about right now, I've felt the most like where I just feel like I'm tumbling in space. I have a hard time. I've been having a lot of vertigo. Like I have a hard time feeling like what is, it is sort of connected to time, I guess, whereas what's up and what's down since I lost the people in my life. So since I started dealing with the really intense losses, which was like 2011, 2012, that's when for me, I got dislodged from regular life. Like I wasn't part of that anymore. So I've been floating since then. So when people talk about that right now, I think I've had that for so long on some level, and then even more so since like 2012. So I understand what you're saying, but I mean, it hasn't really recently been anything different for me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my journey is really kind of accelerated in itself in the last 2 months, but also like year. So yeah, I'm in a different part of my journey, but it's intense regardless.
Yeah.
Have you guys been experiencing like different sleep schedules? Like I'll go to bed super late and then I'll be like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'll go to bed early. And I'm just like, what? Where's my body? Like, what is going on?
Yep, I'm feeling that too.
My sleep is, like I said, has always kind of been messed up. But the thing for me, and I was kind of trying to poke around at first when everybody was like kind of finding each other, and I was like, has anybody else had this symptom? But I've never had a baby, okay? I've never been pregnant. And when I actually woke up the morning after at 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time with just the most intense abdominal pain ever. And this got to the point where my husband's like, do we need to go to the ER? Like it was really, really, really bad. And then it finally subsided somewhat, and then it continued throughout for 1 week. And I had no other symptoms, but I'm like, I've never had a baby, but I swear to God, this feels like freaking labor. And then, like, a week later, it subsided, but then a couple other times it kind of came back. And, like, so I've been dealing with that kind of stuff. I didn't know if anybody else was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like ascension symptoms too.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, not to get off topic, but it is very on topic. Nina the witchy, what was her name? She joined us tonight in the live, and she had this download. Was it this morning? It brought me to tears. She said, "We are the doulas, bringing this new life into the world, like this new world." And I thought, what a beauty! It's more than just a metaphor. And so when you describe those symptoms, I was like, this makes sense. We're birthing a whole new version of ourselves, the earth, everything.
Exactly. It's
Yeah, I
just
love that.
Isn't that great?
That's great. I love that visual. Definitely. I mean, we're really like a lot of people who are afraid are the people who are negative, the red hat people that say a lot of negativity, especially, if you're dealing with them on lives or in posts.
yeah.
I don't deal with them in real life. Like I was telling you guys that a friend of mine has a Prius with like a bunch of very antagonistic blueberry stickers. I would never put like bumper stickers on my car personally because I just don't want, when I'm out and about, I don't want to be dealt with in that way. But on here, I can talk to you and,
Right.
but I mean, we're all part of this big, huge change, and we're all part of this. There she is.
Hey.
It's huge. I mean, this is such a huge corner to turn for mankind and womankind. And it's an amazing, and I think some of the stuff is even upgrading your body, probably, like there's fear and there's different things being let go and new things coming in. And so we're like an instrument that's being retuned to the higher vibrations. So we're going to have all kinds of things going on.
Everybody
Absolutely.
make sure that you're doing self-care. Like a salt bath will just change your freaking attitude.
I do one every day now. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, I do energy healing. You made me think about that. Like I say to my my clients, like 2 days or so you're after, a clearing, you're gonna be experiencing some processing. And so drink your water,
Yeah.
get into a bath, take care of yourself. Be tender with yourself is what I always tell them. So I guess we need to take that advice, right?
Right.
Yeah, I love that. Hannah wants to know what you use for your bath salt, Lindsay.
I got the magnesium flakes actually on the TikTok shop, which we should
Nice.
say every once in a while because the TikTok shop is awesome.
I love it.
But for real, I did get it there. Just I have like my oh god, if it were like neater and if once I get my steamer in there and clean it, like my bath stuff is kind of obnoxious. I have a bunch of stuff. I like baths, so
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed some foods I just love. Oh, okay, aren't appealing anymore. That's interesting. Yeah, even foods are changing. That's interesting.
Oh, I've developed like food allergies. I've never had them in my life. I can't do soy. I can't do gluten now.
yeah.
Whoa.
My skin, I've had like what looks like eczema on my hands and my feet. It's brutal. And I noticed that it was food. Self-diagnosed because doctors won't tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, here, take this cortisone, whatever. But nothing was working. And then I realized I started body muscle testing, and I realized at 51 I finally have food allergies. Like, come on.
Gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I've been having different experiences with me not liking stuff that I loved.
Oh wow.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's either I'm getting older or like something's happening or something's changing. Like I don't know what's going on, but like I used to love salty foods. Now I'm like, this is overly salty. I can't do it.
Yeah. Usually it's the opposite as you get older. You need your
Yeah.
taste buds deaden. So yeah, I think we're becoming less like eventually we're going to become less carbon based and more light and free, right?
Oh.
So we're just busting out.
Because I have like hardly been eating. I just
Hi, Rachel.
I'm not even hungry. I made brownies the other night, and I think I've had 2, and I was like,
Wow, I wish I could say that.
I know. I'm like, yeah, me too.
I think I've been eating everything you're not. So yeah.
You can send them to me. How are you doing, Rachel? Did you want to say something about the contest?
Yeah, so I watched you ladies earlier, and I just started. I didn't know about you, Sky,
Okay.
but I followed you on the live the other night that you
Oh, good.
were on, and I watched the other ladies tonight, and it was interesting to listen to everything. I did the meditation. So similar thing, I woke up with dread 4 a.m. that day, that horrible day, and I didn't feel the calmness right away. I think it took me a few days. But when I felt it, it was like a shift, not just in me, but like I felt like a shift everywhere. like it's going to be okay. And even though it's hard to believe sometimes, you know, it's hard because of, I think, everything we've been through in the past 8 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's like it's sometimes it's hard to have, you know, have hope or expectations. But like somebody said earlier, I do feel like no matter what, you know, we're in the age of Aquarius. I think feminine rising, and I've been really trying to work on my meditation and working on opening my third eye, because I feel like I've been blocked with a lot of negativity, and I stopped watching the news, you know, which has really helped.
Yeah.
And what I've been seeing, like some of the stuff I see when I'm going to bed, like I do a little meditation. I don't know if anybody can relate to this. I was seeing like a lot of I was seeing like a spot, like let's say it's a place in the woods or a mountain or something like that, and like time going by really fast, like it changing, like as if time is just going by. And also seeing like almost like graphs and like technology. I don't know. It's crazy. Like weird stuff I've never seen before. And even some like visual, like faces and things like that, which I really haven't had a lot of practice with that. So, I'm not, you know, I think in the past I probably would have been afraid, but I'm not. I'm not afraid of, like, I'm not worried about the aliens. I'm not worried about, I'm like, come on down. We need
What's
your
going
help.
on? I'm not afraid either. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, Ikshka, come meet me. I'm cool.
I'm not either. I'm like, Earth is ghetto. Come and pick me up.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, in the
Done
past,
here.
I would have been terrified, but now
Yeah.
I'm like, how come I don't get to see them? I want to see
I
the
know.
orbs.
I live in the forest. You think I don't talk to him? I'm like, I don't get orbs and things. Sorry,
I want some orbs.
Yeah.
orbs, and you know, I don't, none of that stuff.
We have had them in Massachusetts, though. I'm in Massachusetts, and and like a few towns over, people saw them, and I know on the Cape. I know
Arizona has for sure. I'm in the mountains, so I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
but I do feel at peace. I do feel I have been having the symptoms. Like I wasn't having a lot of the symptoms, but somebody mentioned about food. Like food has just not been the same. I never know what I want. And I like food. I like food a lot. And lately it's been like, food, like I got to deal with food. And headaches and sneezing a lot and, just weird stuff. Tired one day and, I take pretty good care of myself health wise, but definitely just weird stuff that's not normal,
I've been having this feeling where I want to make career wise, I'm kind of like in a limbo, trying to figure out like what I want to do in the, in the future. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like hopefully our food system changes. Like I'm just waiting on because for me, it doesn't make any sense how, we have American brands that sell globally and they're able to adhere to the restrictions of each country, but like we leave all of the crap that we're not supposed to have in our food. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know if I just feel like something like hopefully there's like an organization or a group that could really tackle that. And I wish to be a part of it, but for some reason I feel like it's something in that something in that's gonna happen soon.
I think we need to turn the corner with our leadership. We need to turn away from this patriarchal, we need dad, instead of that kind of thing. Like let's put a whole new vibration in leadership. And from that, I think the trickle down is going to be so many changes like that with food. And my thing is farmers. Like, I have a film festival called the Ag and Art Film Festival, and I feature films from all over the world that feature any kind of farming, winemaking, olive oil, I mean, everything. And then also art films. But anyways, and then I had a magazine for a while, but I'm on hiatus right now. But I really didn't grow up around farms. I didn't understand the importance of it, but I was helping some friends with their family run winery. And no, thank you, Phil. No. And and I started realizing like we need these farms. You know, and it happened right at 2020. My festival started in 2019 in Northern California. Then, you know, the pandemic. Then the night before I was going to put the tickets on sale, there was a wildfire. So I went through the wildfire that came over the hill from Napa, went through the town that I was in, and burned 80% of my locations. And no, wait. First, yeah, because it had to be outdoor because of the pandemic. So I got all these farms and wineries to say, yeah, you can do your screenings here. Well, then 80% of them burned. And I was evacuated. In the place I lived, not the building, but all the trees around it and the vineyard and all that burned. So, but anyways, I started helping all the farmers out there, and especially during the pandemic. And I was like, you know, we need to stop growing so fast that we forget how important it is. We need to have food available right next to us. We cannot rely on other countries to bring tomatoes in on a ship that can't get to us when we can grow tomatoes here. Like, we need to become more self-sufficient every single town. Right. And so that's something that my little thing is that I'm hanging on to, is also farming stuff needs to change. But let's go around and say, like, what would you guys want to see? One thing, like one big thing that you would like to see different with a new administration energy. And we'll start with Lindsay, since you're right here to me.
Okay. I have to say the name though first before I move on, because I'll forget it. Do you know Wes Hagen?
No. Wes Hagen?
Wes Hagen.
Wes Hagen.
You would know him from up in that area. He was a winemaker up there. He worked for another company. But anyway, I just thought, because he was very involved in all this stuff. So I was like, oh my God, you probably know somebody I know.
Maybe. I also have a very bad memory. So just throw that into the pot.
Just a cool hippie guy I went to school with. I think that a lot of those things will be flushed out. Because like we said, it's not just one dude getting in where he shouldn't be, if that makes sense. So it's not just the orange juice. It's all, I think everything that's attached to him is not really going to be in power. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we're seeing a lot of this stuff. Why do we have chemicals or things that other countries don't have? This. It's always this.
Yeah.
It's always this.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like this even pesticides and things like that. There's so many things that we allow in America that like no other country or, you know, developed countries allow or whatever. And it's always, we're always like this gross like thing that's like, no, it's okay. You can have it here. It's like, oh my God.
It's pervasive because it's a cycle, and wherever they catch you in the cycle, the same people own all the stuff. So if you're, you know what I'm saying, and
even the seeds,
touchy territory, but it's just like it needs to be ripped out.
Yeah,
and we get to create it.
Yeah. Okay. Experiment. What should I call you? Should I just call you Experiment?
Haley.
Haley.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of already said it, but do you want to say it again or say it more or different?
I have a few. Definitely the food system, changing the food system, making it a lot more stricter, taking out like toxins, just really horrible stuff in our food and in our skincare. It would housing would be like more affordable, socialized health care, and like the really improving our education system. I feel like, I don't know, it's just a hot mess. I feel like it's a hot mess, and we're way behind like other countries. But yeah, that's just a few for now.
Good. How about for you?
So many things come to mind. So yeah, I mean, as a Canadian, socialized everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I really want to return the power to the people. So I mean, that trickles down through, you know, in so many ways. I would love to see the media decentral, like basically, again, follow the money, right? I belonged to the media. I was a television host, producer, writer for years, right? So But we got to take it out of the hands of these oligarchs. We have to put it back to the people. The only thing I would say we need more control. Well, women need control over their bodily autonomy. That's one thing. But I believe that gun control, that somehow we need to. But again, I believe that with women at the helm, that's what I really want. So women at the helm, bringing power back to the people, empowering people, leading not from fear, but from a vision, an actual vision, a shared vision, removing these boundaries. What's the word? Hello. It's been a long. I'm going to be piecing out of here in a moment because my words are failing me. Borders. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really want to do away with all of that. So I'm looking way ahead. But in the meantime,
I'm with you.
What's that?
I'm with you.
You're with me, yeah. I really envision a world where, again, with the divine feminine balancing things out. We've seen what women can do as leaders, and we were talking about the three sisters of the Americas in the last live I was in, and I just love that, like Mexico, Canada, and the U.S., and it just brought chills to all of it. I know, right? Like it was something very profound, where in the moment we all got chills.
Yeah, I just got chills when you said that.
Right? Imagine them sitting at a table. They would get stuff done. So I'm not saying it's all going to be feminine. I'm saying we're working from both and making decisions that are informed by facts, needs, but also this leading with the heart. And that's what I can make. Isn't that exciting, though, the thought of that?
But the visual.
It's so obvious, but then I never thought of it. Sorry, Lindsay.
They would be having fun too.
Yes.
And they'd be like, "What about this?" Could you imagine? Imagine? Like,
I can actually. I'm starting to.
Yeah.
It's like you really realize, just listening to you guys, I'm thinking, God, how is it we've gone this long without our perspective? What in the world?
Right?
Like, why are we? This is nuts.
We're coming out now. It's this whole age of Aquarius. That's right. Well, you know what? Everything fell into place for me, just like with you, Lisa. Like when I finally came out as an intuitive, instead of whispering it and trying to fit it into the corporate mold and call it leadership and call it this and that and pretend that it didn't exist.
Yeah.
I finally went, okay, I'm being called. I remember being called to TikTok. My guide sent me here.
Me too.
I didn't know that this was a thing even. I thought this is ridiculous and my teenager's going to be so embarrassed. And then I came here and then the guide said, no, speak your heart. And I was like, really? Because this isn't even, I'm not an expert on this, but okay. And I heard like they also said they were very practical. They were like, it'll give you credibility. And I'm like, oh, that's really, it'll give me credit. That first of all, it seems counterintuitive, and and there were so many reasons not to, but I went with it. I went with my heart. I went with my intuition, and this is what we are all doing. This is why our bodies are so exhausted right now. We're going through this major metamorphosis, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to say before we get to Rachel, Sparkle Pony said happy full moon. That's right. The full moon in Cancer.
Oh, how witchy we are talking about this in the full moon.
I know. No men allowed up here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Rachel, what are your thoughts?
Oh my God, where do you begin? Take the money out of politics. I don't know. There's just so many things. There's too many old white men running things, and we need some young people and some new people and some intuitive people and women. There's just so many things, and that's where it begins, because capitalism is just totally out of control at this point, where we don't care about homeless people, we don't care about the opioid addiction, we don't care about a lot of other countries don't even have that problem. And you can go get the drugs right at the drugstore. Anyone can go get it, and they don't even have that type of addiction in a lot of other countries. Like we need to be more like Denmark, or more like, and their school systems are incredible. Like they teach them nurturing things, and I watched a documentary on it, and I was like, why can't we have more of that here? That's really, there's too many things you could even name.
Yeah, right. And it's like, life should be worth it. Like you should feel good. You should feel like, okay, this part's hard. Like maybe I have to get through some things, but my life is good. I feel good. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my contribution to communities and whatever. Right now, we're all so worn out. We're just like, everything
just
sucks.
surviving.
We know it's wrong. We're barely surviving. We're constantly fighting the system or bills or like insurance or like we're all these things that were supposed to make it easier are making us go crazy. We're constantly fighting them. I just don't, this isn't what life is supposed to be. And this is, it needs to turn around and it's going to. This is it. This is when it's turning the
Growing
corner.
pains. Yep.
Yeah.
I have
And
to
this is
tell
the
you,
death rattle of the male, the patriarchal.
that's exactly what I think it is.
Yeah, I like that you said that.
So you see Winter WH? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The white thing. I think that's all that's left. Do you know what I mean? That's all I see is like, let's throw this. I mean, it's almost comical to me at this point. But I just want to say one thing. I don't know how I fit in all this. You sparked me. I used to be the ad director for LA Times Community News. I was a career girl. I've been in radio, all that stuff. So I've been very like career, all this stuff. And then same thing with you. I was like, I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on there. I don't know what happened, but like one day I came on, I just completely stopped going to the Book of Faces and I was here. And it was like, well, you have to have a thing and not just, and I'm like, but I don't want a niche. I'm just me. I'm freaking weird. I'm fun. I'm very truthful. I'm like all the things. And so I'm like, I just wish people would do good. Right. And so for no reason, and maybe because I was in advertising and I speak in bumper stickers or whatever, I just said do good, and that was my thing, and it was the hashtag. And like still in my videos, if I'm not making fun of orange people, I put do good on there. And then like I never talked about this whole P thing, I never talked about that to anybody, but I always said, just be educated. I'm not going to tell you who, what, but if you know me and who I love, you already know. But, but I used to be a R word and I'm not that anymore. So
you were a raspberry.
I used to be a raspberry, but that's where I grew up and that's what my parents were. And so that's what I was, you know what I mean? Until I started thinking, wow, that's not fair. That's not cool. And then realized, yeah, well, that's not the deal. So
I look forward to the days that I can debate with a raspberry.
I know.
I don't mind a raspberry.
I've done that when they get ugly in my comments. I've decided to try something different, and I will send the love and the light. And there was actually one of them that said, actually, you say some pretty cool things. Like it was one of those where I thought, oh, come on, you're a paid actor coming on here because you couldn't possibly. But I do believe I am really taking that tact of saying, with like the nastier they get, the more I have to sit and ground myself and go, I really have to send this out with the right energy. But so I believe the day could be now, and I believe it needs to be. We have to prepare ourselves.
What I meant by that is just before they got crazy, before they were tangerine, addicts.
Okay, yeah.
Just when it's just a typical regular raspberry, there's no problem. I mean, there's some very fundamental problems, but we can talk.
Yeah.
The other way, the way it is now is just hate filled and it's just insanity. And they don't want to listen and they don't want to talk and they don't want to learn. But I like that some do. That's good. That feels hopeful.
Well, because it's fear. I mean, this is something, it's interesting because I've been studying this for the last, I did a presentation, like a talk on it recently, but just the idea of fear being behind most of this stuff. So the hate, and in fact, I just did a post tonight on it. Let's look for those signs that could be fear, because most of it is. The most offensive shit that comes your way is fear. And I use the analogy of my dog, who's like the cutest little, hi, Ollie. He's the sweetest boy ever, but he goes to the vet and he's Cujo. and they have to muzzle him, and they have to drug him, and we've got 3, 4 women holding him down while he
Yeah.
gets the stethoscope, right? And I'm like, are you crazy?
Well,
And they're terrified of him, and
That's
he's
funny.
scratched. I was bleeding, and I'm like, I don't hate this dog. He's terrified. That's why he's lashing out, and that's what we're seeing. So when
Yeah.
they lash out, I think as on a very subconscious level, it's just they're very mired in that very low vibrational energy. And as Dr. King said, you cannot drive out that darkness with darkness. So I've started to just go, hey, friend, it sounds like you need like some love. And I call them friend, and I'm waiting for someone to go, I'm not your friend. But I'd say half the time they disappear and don't say anything, and the other half of the time they'll actually apologize and say, I'm sorry, it's just that, and then they'll try, and then we can have a conversation.
Yeah. I want to say really fast to all the people in the chat, thank you for being here. Welcome. Please make sure you follow all these wonderful, incredible women here. And that's it. I just wanted to say that. It's just a little housekeeping.
I see somebody mentioned spirituality with Sam, that it was all about conquering fear. I love the synchronicities, by the way. It's like it sounds like we're all copying each other because we're that synced.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hi, Carlene.
I'm going to head out. But,
okay.
Anyway, the reason why I'm so awkward is because I've had my platform for a few years now, and I went live for 1.5 years every single day, and like I was just the goofy me, and I was not like spiritual me. So like this whole thing happening, and then my focus just went whoop, and then it was on KH. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. That's what needed to happen. I wasn't excited about the old guy before that, but that happened, and I was like, I'm in. And I haven't been the same since. And I stopped going live, and I've just kind of been focusing on this because this is what it is. This is the only thing that matters right now.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't think you're weird or whatever you said. What did you say? Awkward, whatever. What I like about this movement that's going on right now is all kinds of people are represented. Even the men that are being intuitive and you know,
I love it.
I love it because there used to be like kind of like a certain archetype of like a spiritual person. Well, yeah, there's some of those people, but there's all these other people too. Like as soon as I'm scrolling and I see someone and I'm thinking, oh God, hold on, don't go anywhere. I didn't vote for him, you know, and you're like, oh, okay. And you listen and you're like, oh wait, so there's so many people waking up to their spirituality. So I love it. I love the variety and the mishmash.
Like I've always known what I have, but just, you know, it's just a thing. I didn't really talk about it. So
it wasn't needed to come to the surface. It was just there.
All you'll see is my videos with like satellites and things getting blown up. And because I knew right away that this is not right, but I'm not going on. So I don't look whatever, but I believe it. And here's my parting gift before I lose all my words. Think of that, like that last end of the movie scene with of Elf, when Santa crashes the sleigh in Central Park, and the only way he can get that up in the air is if everybody believes.
Oh, I love
And then
that.
they start singing, and then they're all hugging, and they're all dancing. If I don't see that freaking scene like every single day, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you also, if you can't visualize it, visualize that.
Yeah.
And as funny as it is, like, I don't know. It's just.
What's the song again? I can't remember. I'm picturing it, but it's not fully coming through. I don't know why.
You better not shout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, okay. Good. I love that. Lindsay.
Sing it.
That's it. Love y'all.
Thank you. Love you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was just I was reading comments and I was thinking about something. I'm like, what am I saying? Yes. No, I think this is a great time, and I think that's going to be very exciting. But I have been feeling like, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've been feeling like it's very important that we focus on what we want. So when people come in and go, what are you going to do I go, I don't even do that. I don't even go there. I'm only picturing her. Lotus as POTUS. That's it. That's all I'm picturing. I'm not preparing for anything. And same with the TikTok ban. I've not prepared because I've never felt like it was going to go anywhere. Right?
No, it's not.
I've been trying to picture white light around the earth like every day, just trying to picture that. And someone mentioned you mentioned being kind to the raspberries, and believe, like my son mentioned something like, you need to pray for them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pray for them. All right. To get what they deserve. But then but it was weird because right before the big night, I never dream of Orange Man. And I had a dream about him that he was joking and I was laughing at his jokes. And then I felt sorry for him. And it was the weirdest thing. It was right before the election. I never, ever have ever had a dream about him. And I actually had compassion and like felt sorry for him,
Yeah.
And like we're talking about, like I actually did feel a shift in my heart about, I don't want to be angry and hateful. And, I mean, there's no talking to them because, it's crazy because some of the people are just people that you would think, even people that were intelligent, like what happened to these people? It's absolutely insane. But I can't focus on that. I have to focus on, picturing the world the way I want it to be. And if we can all try to do that and come together, I think that does create magic,
Yeah.
Not to say, I feel like I'm talking too much, but I do want to add to that this would really help do that. This radical belief I have that came from a book called Radical Forgiveness that I really love. That the whole idea that we have all chosen, I mean, I believe we all here believe that we all chose to be here at this time, but we chose each other. Like imagine we were casting this great play, this wild human theater, and the orange one had to step forward and go, I'll be that reviled guy. I'll be that dude. I'm going to be a grapist and I'm going to be a terrible, like all the other, what other words I don't know what they were saying. Right? But think about it. So I am, and partly it's just me doing the work, but while I was so triggered by that person, I couldn't even, until like a few months ago, I couldn't hear the voice. I would go into fight or flight. I do not get triggered at all. And similar to you, Rachel, I actually had a dream about him recently. It was the weirdest dream where he was like, hey, I remember you. It was something about early in my TV career that I had met him. Like there was some shared history, even though there isn't. I never interviewed him. I never met him. And it was, again, like in your dream, I didn't really feel sorry for him, but he did seem diminished in terms of his power. It was like, oh, this is again, he was speaking of, oh, I remember in the past when, I met you and I And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Like, I'm not that impressed. Like I've moved careers, I've moved on. How about you kind of thing. That was the vibe. But I think it's because of this whole idea that this is human theater. We've chosen this. And it gives us agency too. It gives us power to say we actually stepped into this. He's our agent of change. And now we have control over how we change it. What do you think, Haley? You're like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm just like, you guys are so sweet and so nice. I'm just like, I have the energy, just like y'all are saying, be nice to the R's, to the raspberry. It's like, or I don't know. I think I'm just like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a different thing, but I don't know. I just have I get like the, be kind and everything, but I'm just like, I have a different, I think because I've just seen so much and I've experienced so much from them that I'm just like,
yes.
Well, everybody has a different role to play in all of this. And so I think some people, maybe their role is to move into a place of forgiveness and listening and opening. My role, I think, I'm still learning. I'll take it day by day, but I'm setting boundaries. I'm not effing with them anymore. I don't give a flying F. Like, I do not care. And so I've never done this before, but I started saying, do not come to my live if you support him.
Yeah.
I've never been like that. I've always been like, let's all figure each other out. No, it's like my Libra South Node is like, let's all get along. My Aries North Node is like, get out. I've had it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not doing it. I realize I don't even want to talk anymore because I feel like there's so much information out there. If they'll go, name one thing that and I go, no, I'm not. If you can't,
No, you can't
there's a
engage.
plethora of information at this point.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be that.
I definitely feel like some type of way with him being convicted, but like not serving any time or and just kind of being infantilized, like, oh, it's just a slap on the wrist. It's just like a label. That's all you're gonna get. And I think that's just so unfair to the rest of the people that like had to, serve their sentences, had to take their punishment on the head. Um, and I don't know why it's if it's like a trade off, like yeah, you get it convicted or and you don't get in the presidency at the last minute or whatever. But I just feel like it was just not fair, unfair.
Yeah, right. And I just want to finish saying that the spiritual part of me, I love what you're saying because it's like, yeah, it's a play. I do believe we've all chosen to be here at this time, even the villains. The screenwriter in me sees it like, you got to have a good villain to have a good story.
That's
And it's like a bow, if we want the arrow to shoot far into the future, we got to pull it all the way back. He's an all the way back guy. He's annoying as hell because he's so back, But so I get all that spiritually, and I think sometimes my understanding of stuff, I bypass my own human part of me that is like, I need to set boundaries sometimes. Sometimes I just need to create a safe space where I can just discuss this kind of stuff. And I was nervous when I started going live on here. I wasn't sure what I could talk about. And the more I'm here, feeling my voice, the more I'm, putting the boundaries. I'm not a mean person. I don't wish them bad. I was even saying, like, if there was a fire like there was in LA that went through a mostly red area, I would be so sad for those people. I would not be like, haha, good for you. I'm not that kind of person. I would never do that. So I know that deep down inside, I have this higher view of all of it. But my role right now is to understand that I need to set boundaries for my journey, to find my voice and to heal and to find my strength to like move forward with whatever comes of my journey with this. So that's what I mean by that. I just wanted to like clarify that because I don't want to be like, I don't give a shit. You guys are like, wow, okay.
No, I
don't
got you.
too.
No, we get it. We get it because that's how I am on the Book of Faces. Everybody knows.
Oh,
I've already gotten rid of just about all of them that I could possibly get rid of, and a few more of them just creeped out that have been hiding it. And I'm like, nope, bye. And one even called me, a girl that I just know who my people are. She's not somebody I hang out with, but she's acquaintance and friends of friends, and she's always tried to like be friends with me, and I just always step back. I don't know why, but now I know why. And she tried to call me, and I felt bad for unfriending her, and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I don't have the tolerance, but I'm done. I don't have the tolerance, but I can try to, and I think the Orange Man set the ball rolling for us to go. It's always darkest before the dawn. So he brought out all the darkness with the rest of them that are with him.
Yeah.
And if that didn't happen, sometimes it takes a storm to get through to the light. You know what I mean? And
And a part of me is also like, because you said that you guys felt sorry for him. A part of me is also like, is there something that we don't know towards his health? Like, is there a reason why they gave him that sentence? Like, it's some like unspoken word. So I'm
Very
like,
much.
hey, maybe he's like on his last sprint, or he submitted some documents where they say like he's on his last leg or something.
This is what we've
But
been seeing.
and a lot of intuitives have been getting like he's going to pass soon. So
yeah,
I'm like, okay, well maybe that's the reason.
yeah.
Yep.
Who knows?
I get that. Get that. I do want to say I'm not that like, woo woo all the time. I am living a human experience. So the morning that it happened, actually about a week before, my hairdresser's boyfriend, who is an old white guy, go figure, was like, oh God, I hope she's not on. Anyway, but she knows he was just being insufferable. He was poking the bear. He was poking me, going, I think he's going to make an amazing president and blah, 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 blah. And I just kind of sat there and I actually didn't, I controlled myself mostly and I just breathed. I said, of course you would feel that way, John. Of course you would feel that way. And the morning after the election, he messaged me and I just let loose. I said, you are a cruel man. And he was like, what? I thought you'd think I was kidding. I said, we are tired of your jokes. Like I sort of spoke to him like he just represented all old white guys at that point. And I was like, this, and I lambasted him. And he actually retreated. And the last time I saw him, he was super sweet to me. He didn't try any of his poking because I was like, you're cruel. If you think this is a good thing for people, you're cruel. So yes, we all have our moments and our boundaries. Boundaries are important. We need to expand, into our power to show people what's right and what's not acceptable. But I think the key is in not getting triggered like I was that morning. I took that as an invitation to heal. And it was the last time I felt like that. Now I'm like, I'm not triggered because this is your journey. I can tell you calmly that this is not acceptable and that I will be unfriending you or I have unfriended you. And that's why. So namaste. My higher self sees your higher self. I mean, there's nothing,
That's
nothing
what
better
it
than
is.
that.
That's what it is. The calmly.
Yes,
That's what's changed in me.
Yes.
Say what you mean, but don't say it mean.
That's when you're
I
in your
love that.
power, because then you're like, I have my power. I don't need to freak out. Like it can just,
Because that's what they want. They want that. They enjoy it.
Yeah. I was just thinking.
Someone said they have a screenshot of his medical report from Pennsylvania. You should see what is in his blood.
Where is it, Trek? What was in his blood? Why would he do that? Why would he put I can't imagine that. I want to say one thing that I kind of forgot. Okay. I feel like the precursor to this time is the Black Lives Matter time, because that's when I really came out and fought tooth and nail, lost a lot of friends, couldn't believe people I grew up with were so backwards ass, and unfriended left, right, and center. I mean, that was when but I think the good thing about all these little stupid things is that I think white liberal people have not really understood what other groups of people have been saying all along, and we're finally getting on board. We're finally like, oh my God, you guys, this is horrible. And they're like, yes, we know. And so I think it's for that, I'm glad that we're finally all seeing, because I think we kept underestimating how bad it was, or thinking it would work out, or thinking people were exaggerating. And I didn't do that specifically, me or anyone in here. I'm not saying you guys, but you know what I mean? I think the bigger picture was always kind of like minimizing these very serious issues. And now we're all on the same page right now. We're all like, okay, we're fucked. So it's been a good thing for that. So I'll say that for the Tangerine guy has brought us all down. And now we can look around and say, why the hell are we down here? We need to get together and build back up. So.
And it is these dark moments. It's George Floyd that we have, to thank for that. Like, this is what I mean. It's these dark moments in our experience that make us go, oh, light. Let's reach for the light. And you're right. That was a defining moment for us. And look at how immediately, as soon as the Lotus Queen was named the candidate, right? Like, look at all of the Zoom calls that were like, every group was represented to support her. Mm-hmm. That was something that I never thought I would see.
What are your thoughts about that as a woman of color? What would you say about, like, do you feel that white people are finally kind of getting a little bit on the page of like, oh, we get it now or something? Do you think that?
Slowly but surely, for sure. I feel like you guys made a lot of strides and there's a lot of like waking up to, and you're like, oh, like this makes sense. Like, oh, yes, girl, you're getting into it. Come on. But slowly but surely, yes, I would agree that we are going in the right direction and really like dismantling just a lot of like just biases. And I see a lot of, that's why I love TikTok so much, because it was just like, a lot of people put their experiences out there and they're like, I didn't realize that it was connected to so many different things in my life. And I think there was one TikTok creator where she was like, she treated women of color as if they were kind of like a supporting character because that's how she kind of saw, or that was just her experiences with like culture and everything, and she didn't understand why she wasn't like has better results than her, and so she was had like this animosity towards her or whatever. But she was just like, I didn't realize that it was from deep rooted like racism.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, like that's so
That's
profound
good.
and so amazing. And like that person, it took a lot for that person to really step up and be like, listen, this is something that was like a revelation to me. And I think the bravery and also just like the vulnerability, I'm like, that's when I was just like, okay, we're like taking a step in the right direction. No.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's so awful about this election being stolen is that you're taking away the progress Americans made with
Yes.
women of color, women or people of color, women, all these different. I feel like we had come so far, and then once the night of the results, they started trying to tear it down and be like, "Well, America isn't ready for a woman." I knew she won. I was like,
Yeah.
"No,
Yeah.
we were ready. We were ready for her. We were feeling it. We were excited. We were happy." I saw so many people that you would never think were so excited for her. Like, and so
Yes.
they stole that. They stole that from us, not just the outcome, but the idea that we had had progress, that we had made so much progress. And that's why I'm like, don't believe it. It's not real what they're saying.
Yes. And
You guys know.
I thought it
Oh,
was just so insane because I was registered to vote, but I wasn't like I didn't change counties. And the very last day I found out that I could vote, but I had to like go in person to like, and there I stood in line for almost 4 hours because there was just the same people that were just lined up, be like, yeah, I was registered to vote, but I just just I didn't like I moved or whatever excuses that they had. I'm just like, this is insane. And it was so beautiful too because everyone was just conversing with each other, laughing, like just having a good time because we weren't allowed cell phones. We couldn't like use our cell phones. So we were just talking, and it was just
So you
such.
had to actually talk to people around
We
you
had to
instead of going like,
actually talk to
Keep it
people,
old
and
school.
everyone was getting along. It was just so beautiful. But I look at that and I'm just like, how did this election not come out the way that I felt, or like I literally saw? It's just I don't get it. So
I wanted to ask you guys if you know that there's a creator on here, and I can't remember her name, but she does all the numbers, and she's going through all the numbers and how the voting
Dana
works.
Dana, they met something. Dana
isn't she like
Stovern or
she does
She
something.
something
talks about
unrelated.
she talks about the Russian tail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. That's
That
her.
it doesn't make sense, and that this doesn't happen, and the only time this happens is when there's interference, and she shows
Mm-hmm.
one after the other, and she's
Oh,
like amazing.
yeah.
So her name is Dana. Is that what you
I
said?
think she's the.
And
Oh
like
wait,
one will be up and one will be down, right? One's underneath.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
Okay.
doesn't
Oh,
make
so that's
sense.
not her, but I know who you're talking about. So it's not the white woman, Dana, with the red hair. Not her, or it is.
She is white, but I don't know if
She's
she has
young.
red hair.
She's pretty young.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not her. Oh no, I've seen her. Does she have
He plays
glasses?
piano. That's what
Yes.
it is.
Yes,
She has
yes. Somebody
glasses.
sent me her thing, and I haven't seen anything of hers come up in a bit. But oh, you're right. It's
She's
magical what she's
amazing.
able to do.
I mean, she
This is the
really
thing we need
like,
to show people who deny. Who go,
yeah.
no, 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 it was fine. It was free. It was fair. Really? Take a
I
look at
wanted to
this.
say when
It
hell
doesn't make any
freezes
sense.
over. Hold on just a second. When hell freezes over, you said the old white men couldn't handle a woman in office. Is that your opinion, or are you talking about the media? Because I'll say right now that is not what happened. She won. She won. It was nothing about that. That's a false narrative that they're saying. That's not true. It's not real, and we're gonna find out soon. So I just want to say that
Hmm.
in case you're saying that. You might not be saying that, but see
No,
that
that's
Aries in me is like, "Meow." I'm just like ready to jump on people with misinformation. She won.
Yeah, she won. Stephanie was saying, "Hi, Stephanie. That's the girl who talks about her cat's names. That's right. She calls. She says, so if this cat got this many
Oh yes,
treats,
yes.
and that cat got that
Yes.
many treats, and then this cat is a really bad
Oh
cat, and
my
you
God,
feel
I
the
forgot
treats
about
from
that.
the other ones. She's so
That's
good.
her.
Yes. Stephanie, do you know her handle? Because yeah, she's the one we're talking about.
I'll have to try to, next time I see her, I'll take a screenshot so I can remember
Yeah.
her name,
Thank
but she's
you.
amazing. Yeah.
And you know what
I
else is
like her.
happening on TikTok? Because we're more than any other app. I don't know how the algorithm works, but because our vibrations are coming together, we're also
Yeah.
growing at exponential rates because you
Yes.
meet with another person that's at that higher vibration. So like at Facebook, you'd be sitting there and you're like fighting with someone at this lower vibration. And then you just turn it off and you go, God, I hate people. And,
Right.
it's such a
Right.
difference. But you come on here and you're like, oh my God, I'm talking to like Stunkna in Denmark and he sees exactly what I see. And we're talking about so it's like, things are happening fast. You guys notice that too?
Yes. It's not just the
Yes.
algorithm, it's magical, right? Like there's
Yeah.
something really special about it. Like I think just almost supernatural. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It
It's got
is
a
crazy.
consciousness of its own, yeah.
It's even with the orbs. Like I would tell people about that who aren't on TikTok, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What do you mean? It's everywhere. It's all over the place." They're like, "I feel like a crazy person." Like, "Oh, I'm not even going to talk about this. People think I'm crazy."
I know. My mom watches CNN like all day. So I'll go over there. I'm like, are they talking about the orbs in Jersey? And she's like, what? What's an orb? What are you talking about? And I go, Mom, what are they showing you? And then I'll be like, anything that I learn on TikTok, I go in there. She has no idea anything I'm saying. I'm like,
They don't. They have no idea.
no.
And
This
I'm
is
trying
how
to find these orbs because I want to see one.
I know.
I want
I
to.
I haven't seen
know.
one. Yeah.
I've been standing outside like a crazy woman. Please
I
come
know.
and
I'm like,
visit.
where are they? Where are they?
Yep, yep.
Well, I think we're going to all see them very soon, is what I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I'm
think
so
so
excited.
too.
I'm waiting because I'm just like, please come and pick me up.
Peace out.
I'm like, I'm tired. I'm
Well,
Yeah.
tired.
please come and pick somebody up. You know
Yeah,
what I
I'm,
mean?
Doesn't
I'm
matter who.
right, and I'm just like all these orbs coming. I'm like, I know for sure my boyfriend is an alien at this point. I don't think he was born human. I think he was an alien. So
AI or an alien. Yeah, yeah.
I have for my subscribers, I have a sticker that is like a spaceship and it says, I'm not from here. Because I always say that. I always say, I'm not from here. Where I'm from, we're cool to each other. Like,
yeah,
this is not my place.
I always say I want to go home. I
Yeah.
want to go home.
I
want to
say that too. I say
Oh,
that. I've always said that. And people are like, I'm like, no, I don't mean anything bad. I'm just saying.
and it's weird that all this stuff is happening at the same time. It's not weird though. That's what I mean. But
Not weird.
that the TikTok ban is happening. You know what I mean? Like that they
Yeah.
want to ban this where we're having this exponential growth rate where we're like all becoming way more aware and connecting. And then all of a sudden there's this TikTok ban and this huge crazy election and orbs and what? And it's like, do not take away our, at least I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere, but I hope at the very least they extend right now just so we can get through this craziness for the
Yes.
next week or two. And then we'll talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's it
That's
for
how
a
I feel.
year. Have you guys heard about do you know what the Foo Fighters are? That
The band,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Not the band, no.
Oh.
Oh.
Why they were named the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters, if you look it up, were orbs that were seen by pilots in the 40s during the war that they couldn't explain. So that's where the name Foo Fighter came from. So those orbs are seen and have been seen over the years, but of course we didn't have social media, we didn't have things, so not everybody heard about it, and it was more hush hush. So, and also I don't know if you remember, like during the Ukraine stuff going on, they were spotting them. They were spotting orbs and ships and things like that over the fighting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Soldiers saw it, and stuff like that. So that I've always believed that they're here to help. They're here to help us,
Yeah.
not blow ourselves up.
Yeah. Chris says, I saw 5 white out a whole intersection. I don't know what that means. I couldn't drive till they left. That was 23 years ago. Wow, Chris.
Wow.
Everyone gets so lucky.
Love and Light, you said Clips Fix 6. Is that the girl with the
Fix
cat
6.
and the graph? Is that her?
Oh.
Oh, and Namaste says, what about the three lightning bolts the same time on New Year? Like the Capitol, the
Yeah.
White House, and what's the tall one? Did you see that?
Yeah, the spirituality with Sam says there were 4, I thought.
Oh, I've only
There
heard
was the
3.
Empire State Building, the Capitol, the monument. Anyway, yeah, there were 4 apparently, all at the same moment.
Empire State, someone said.
Oh, I thought it was, or maybe that was in New York. There were 3 in DC, the monument, Washington Monument.
Washington Monument, yeah. And so this is just structures falling. I mean, it is theater, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
even Mother Nature's getting in on it. We're just seeing that the divine feminine is rising. It's a new era.
Yeah.
Time to strike it down. Speaking of which, what a great way to peace out. I gotta go.
Okay.
I wish I could stay and talk to you all night. You guys are amazing.
I'm gonna head out too, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
Yeah,
you
I'm probably
for
going to end the
having
live
me up.
soon anyways. Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for coming
Good to
up
be
here.
here.
It was nice
All
to
right.
meet you.
Take
Nice to
Thanks,
meet you,
Lisa.
Rachel. I'm still going to stay up here. So if you want to stay up here, you can stay up here. But good night, you guys.
Okay, good night.
Mwah, mwah. It's funny because everyone's going on other live. Like yesterday, I went on, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. I went on um, Ethical Psychics live for like 2.5 hours. And then I got off and went on my live. I thought it was going to be for like a couple minutes. And I was on for like 3.5 hours. I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of talking. But this is the time, you know. Do you go live on your channel?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You should.
I don't have enough followers to go live.
Oh, okay. Well, then we
But
have
I
to
would
get you
love
through this
to.
time.
Huh?
We have to get you through this bumpy time of TikTok so you can get enough followers so you can go live.
Yeah, I know. That would be great. So if you guys can, follow
Oh yeah,
me.
everybody please follow this amazing human right here. Where do you live? What state?
In Texas.
Okay, wow. How's that? How's that going?
Very interesting. Yeah, everything. It's been quiet, so.
I was like 100% convinced, and I told everybody that, shocker, right? When I believe in something, I tell everybody. But I said that Texas was going to be blue this year. I felt it. I was like,
felt that too.
right?
And that's why I said that. I told that story because I was in line for almost 4 hours, made friends. There were so many people there. Like they were all determined to vote. Like I'm talking like they were calling their friends, buddies, like, hey, they're cutting off the line at this time. You guys need to come through and vote. And I'm telling you, the vibes were just amazing, and they were so loving.
Yeah, no, and Dragonflies, you said never, but truly, I really believe that if the right numbers come out, I think it did. I'm telling you, it used to be a blue state. People don't realize that, but it used to be blue, so it's not unheard of. And you think of all the tech people that have moved there that, are more liberal, and there's been a lot of changes over the last whatever years. So I know, I mean, I had family that lived there, so I've been to Texas, and I'm saying, I really believe it was going to be blue this year, or it probably was. The real thing was it was blue.
Man,
Thank you, Gwen.
Too, because Ted Cruz, I was just like, at least
Oh God,
gonna be out of here, because he at the winter freeze of 2020, was it 2021? He got in a plane and he was out, and then people were talking mess, and then he came back, and I was like, if that doesn't show you what kind of person he is, you're not seeing something, or you just have so much pride that you don't want the blueberries to win.
Yeah, right.
But there's a reason. And then ahead of the Texas freeze this year, somebody had recorded him at an airport, and then we're like, oh, we know it's all gonna be bad because he's on his way out. But and you're probably going to Hawaii or something. But I really felt it, and I really thought that it was gonna turn blue, and I was so disappointed that even if it didn't turn blue, and we just had to get a new senator or a new, it's just I was just
yeah. Well, this is the thing that I'm pissed off about too, is that there's this whole that got stolen from us, that we don't know, what could have happened with that. Yeah. And okay, so I grew up in Arizona, and obviously it's a swing state now, but it's it's red or whatever. I can't tell you how many signs I saw that were Republicans for Harris. Mm-hmm. People are sick. But if you watch the news or if you watch his rallies, you would think, oh, Arizona, no, that'll never turn blue. You guys, we did not vote for Carrie Lake. Like, I didn't vote in Arizona. I voted in California. But I'm just saying, don't say never. You don't know, because the local scene, you just don't know until you're there and how it is in that moment. Things change. People get sick of stuff, and especially this year. And I think that that all got taken from us to really see how much progress there was and how obvious it was that Tangerine was horrible for the country and the world. So it makes me so mad because now the accuracy of that is gone. You know, it just makes me so mad for that alone. I know everyone's like, I was in Texas. No, no. You guys, it used to be blue. I know it's hard to believe, but to find progress, I think people were ready for a woman. They were ready for like people who are actually qualified. I think they realized like, okay, this guy's not qualified. Like, it was fun the first time or whatever the hell. Not for me, but maybe for them. And they were like, let's just see what he does because he's an outsider. Maybe he'll do something different. But I think that they realized it's dangerous and that he's horrible and they want someone that's qualified. And she's more than qualified. She's beyond
She's
qualified.
more than didn't she serve in all three branches?
I think so, yeah, because she was what, senator? She was a prosecutor or the attorney general. No, wait, what was she? The other one? I can't remember. I have a horrible memory.
Yeah, yeah.
I have it written down. I'm like Dora from Finding Nemo. I like never remember anything except for some other words. Oh, yeah, AG. That's right. Yeah, no, she's fully qualified. She's our current vice president. I mean, when they say she's so dumb, I'm just like,
That woman is so strategic. If you've seen her debate, she definitely had like some type of ebb and flow because she had her point set up and then would trap the orange man
yeah,
in a rant. And then she would like it was so strategic and so beautiful. It looked like a tango.
yeah. She was,
So,
she was good. And,
yeah.
you know, she's used to, I mean, if you're a prosecutor, you used to that stuff. You don't get frazzled. You know, of course they try to throw each other off. She had every point down. She was so perfect for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, she definitely stayed calm, especially when certifying like the election. I was
Oh, I
watching. It was
know.
the first time I've ever seen an election being certified.
Yeah, me too. I don't
Or
think I've ever watched it.
I was hoping like a curveball would happen, something. I don't know what. I was just like something's gonna happen, but she was just so composed and so just calm, and
Like the New Zealand people in the parliament when they started going haka taka, you know, we needed something like that in our US one, but we'll get our moment.
yeah, we don't have a chant unfortunately like that, but yeah, I was waiting for I guess a saving grace or a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
But we still have an opportunity.
It's still gonna, this week's gonna be crazy, you guys. Just stay, yeah, the haka, that's right, DC. Yeah, a lot's gonna happen this week. It's gonna be amazing. I'm just a little bit, like nail biter ish about the blueberries and the raspberries all being in town, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like, what's going to happen with that? So that's the only thing I'm kind of like, but I'm not worried necessarily because I feel like if you're going to leave your house and you're going to go to a march, already, like, some people are down for that. They're like, I don't care. I'm going down there. It's like, okay, good. Because I guess if there's 11 million people that show up, isn't that the number that then makes it so, I don't know. There's not going to be 11 million people. We're
There's
just
not
too,
gonna be, yeah.
we're too freaked out to go. We're like, I don't want to be anywhere near those people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm like, I'm not even gonna go outside.
I
I'm
know.
staying.
I think I'm going to do all my grocery shopping like on Thursday,
Right. Like, let's be prepared ahead of that time. I definitely am gonna be prepared.
And you know what? We have to remember too, the other thing is that they've had the anti-climbing fences up since around Thanksgiving,
That's
anti-riding around everything. And Biden is in the office right now. Last time it was Tangerine. So it was scary because he was like a squatter and he was never going to leave. And we were like, it was so stressful. But whatever happens this time, they've been in the office and they already know what he's capable of now. We've all had that horrible image burned into our minds. So they're thinking of everything. They're prepared. So it's, it's more like maybe local people that are going to do weird things, maybe,
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't, but I mean, like, I guess we'll see.
We will.
The nail biting will commence.
That's right. Well, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow late. I don't know. We'll see. And then do I feel like Marshmallow Law It could be. It depends on what happens, and I think it would make sense if it was. I feel much better knowing that Biden would be the one to do that than when it was Tangerine, because he would abuse that. So, oh, you live in DC? Namaste. Don't go anywhere.
Stay inside.
Yeah. VD is gonna. Oh, the game. I don't know. Is he joking or is he saying the truth? DC that Vance, Couch Man, Couch Boy, we call him, or whatever we call him. I just saw a guy in LA posting something odd. What did he post? But I'm traveling right now, and then requesting.
I did hear that JD wasn't gonna go, and I felt like that
Yeah,
was so weird.
yeah. It is weird to even joke about that. Frazzle Virgo, you're right. It's weird. It's like he has one job, is to show up to the inauguration. I mean, if he doesn't show up for that, like what the hell? What's going on? So to
What
even
was
say
the whole
that,
point? Yeah, yeah,
it's like he's trying to save face for something. I don't know.
yeah. Or he's just it's just very very bizarre and very just weird. JD is yes, he is.
Stephanie said, "Did you see what the WH guy said today?" Who's WH? Oh, White House guy.
Oh no!
No, what did he say? They're filming people cray stuff here in LA. Oh, I think they're getting. Didn't I say the very first thing I said? I actually texted the ethical psychic. I told her, I said, I'm driving through LA and I'm telling you right now, this is not natural. And I know that this is arson. Like I knew. I was like, if you live in LA, these fires were way too spread out. They usually don't happen in the winter. Like there were so many factors. It was not like normal for that area.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, he said he hoped it was his last time at the podium unless something crazy happens in the next week. Biden said that? Or who said that?
The White House guy, I think she said.
I've been saying like the names now because I keep seeing people saying full names on here. And I'm like, why am I doing verbal gymnastics with these group names when people are saying it, you know? Yes, I like that. Powerful Angel in Detroit. First of all, that name is awesome. No matter how things go this week, that we maintain a high vibration, more faith. Absolutely. Just stay grounded. Stay centered. Don't let anybody frazzle you. Don't let fear if you're seeing something you don't like, even if it's on TikTok, scroll away, close out the app if you have to, and just be peaceful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's the cult I knew, Fire One. Oh, yeah. Ew, saw Orange Man's face in one of the flames. That's scary. Oh, it was a White House rep that said that. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I think they're kind of slipping now, kind of like me with saying the names. I feel like, especially AOC, remember when she was like, you guys, the thing that happened was really big. So it's going to take a while. They're probably like, shh, what are you doing? And she's like,
everyone is giving these little Easter eggs, and I'm just like, just say it, please.
yeah.
So that you guys are giving us all anxiety. I don't like this. Y'all need to do something because y'all are just tight-lipped, but these little Easter eggs keep coming out.
Mm-hmm. I need to look at my email, my Harris email, because they're saying if you tap on the picture, there's an Easter egg. So I'm going to check that out. Let's see what's there. Look at the Empress. Yeah, I love her. She's great. I want her to come on a live with me. So if you guys can spam her, let me know, because I'm the one who got Ethical Psychic to go on live with me. And then now she goes live and I'm so happy. So I'm like, you should be going live. People need your energy.
Yes.
Your calming, grounded energy. Whoops, I'm trying to make it so it goes like this. Yeah, for the love of everything, just say it.
Just say it.
Exactly. Trista, sorry, I like that name. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab. Thank you, dragonflies. Yeah, and Hakeem, they got quiet. That's right. They probably talked to them like, you guys have to zip it, because I don't think. Do you guys think any of the raspberries know red hats? Do you think they have any? I feel like they don't know at all, which is crazy to me.
I think they know something happened, but they're just riding their waves. They're just like, oh, really? Like, I feel like that's the type of energies that they're giving. Like, we didn't expect it either.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like that's why some of them are really angry, that they do kind of feel like, especially with Starboy, Starman, whatever. I think they realize like that's so weird and out of character for Tangerine to be hanging around with him, and like his jumping on stage. I feel like that's when they started going, wait, what? I think they know something's going on, but I don't think they are ready for what's coming at all.
I don't think they knew how heavily involved Starboy was. So I think like they were just like, okay, that's which one are we listening to? You know, Orange Man or Starboy? Which one? And so they're confused, but
Yeah.
they're not. I don't think they're happy with the situation.
And the whole thing with the visas and stuff, and you know what they were saying, like, no, you guys, we need smart people to come here, and they're like, wait, what? You know, it's just they kept messing up.
That was the whole like reason for this. Like, yeah, so
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Okay, I'm actually gonna get off, Kesh, but thank you for checking on that. But I need to go because I need to like kind of get ready. I got meetings in the morning, and then I got to drive back. So I love talking to you guys. I could be here all night. I hate having to go, but they are going to turn on each other. So we just got to get our popcorn and just chill and just watch it. But thank you for coming up here with me. Wait, before you leave, I got to make sure I follow you back. Hold on.
Oh yes, please.
I don't
I
want
think
that.
there's like so many Sky Girls that like they're.
I know. I tried to look up
One.
Sky Girl once because I was trying to see like, oh, let me just get to my page. And I'm like, Sky Girl, Sky Girl, Sky Girl. I'm like, oh God. And then I have to have the cloud and the thing. Maybe I'll change that one of these days. But thank you guys. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you come back. I'll be live either tomorrow night or the next night. And we'll just do this every day. We'll just keep each other calm and we'll laugh. We'll cry. No, we won't cry, but we'll laugh. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Bye, everybody.